What if your life doesn't need to be fixed, but rebuilt? Maybe you feel stuck. Maybe you made mistakes you still regret. Maybe you wasted months or even years chasing the wrong things. Maybe you lost someone, lost an opportunity, lost your confidence, or simply lost yourself. And now you're looking at your life thinking, where do I even begin? Listen carefully. You are not too late. Your past may explain where you are, but it does not have the authority to decide where you will go. You don't need to have everything figured out today. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need everyone to believe in you. You just need the courage to take the first step. Because rebuilding your life doesn't happen in one dramatic moment. It happens quietly. One decision, one habit, one morning, one uncomfortable choice, one day at a time. So if you're ready to stop living in the version of yourself that no longer exists, stay with me. Because today, we're going to talk about how to rebuild your life from the ground up. Step 1. Accept where you are. The first step to rebuilding your life is accepting your current reality. Not liking it, not celebrating it, just accepting it. You cannot change something you refuse to acknowledge. Maybe your life isn't where you wanted it to be. Maybe your career is behind, your relationships are complicated, your finances aren't where you want them, your confidence is low. That's okay. Be honest with yourself. Say, this is where I am right now, but this is not where I have to stay. Acceptance is not surrender. Acceptance is the beginning of change. You don't need to pretend everything is perfect. You simply need to stop running from reality and start working with it. Step 2. Stop living in the past. One of the biggest reasons people struggle to rebuild their lives is because they keep rebuilding yesterday. They replay old mistakes. What if I had chosen differently? What if I had started earlier? What if I hadn't trusted that person? What if I had taken that opportunity? But here's the truth. You cannot build a new life while constantly staring at an old one. Learn from your past, but don't live there. Your mistakes can become lessons. Your failures can become experience. Your pain can become strength. But only if you allow yourself to move forward. You are allowed to outgrow your old identity. You are allowed to become someone different. And most importantly, you are allowed to begin again.
Step 3. Forgive yourself. Sometimes the person standing between you and your future is not someone else. It's you. You keep punishing yourself for things you did when you were younger, less experienced, more emotional, or simply unaware. But you cannot change the person you were. You can only change the person you are becoming. So forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for choosing the wrong path. Forgive yourself for trusting the wrong people. Forgive yourself for wasting time. Forgive yourself for not knowing what you know today. You don't have to forget your mistakes. You just have to stop using them as a reason to hate yourself. Remember, you made mistakes. You are not a mistake. Step 4. Decide who you want to become. Before you rebuild your life, you need a vision. Ask yourself, who do I want to become? Not what do I want to own, not how much money do I want, not how many followers do I want. Ask, what kind of person do I want to be? Do you want to become disciplined, peaceful, confident, healthy, kind, independent, faithful, focused? Once you know who you want to become, your daily decisions become easier. Because every day you can ask, does this choice take me closer to the person I want to become or further away? Your future identity should guide your present actions. Step 5. Start small. When people decide to change their lives, they often try to change everything overnight. New routine, new diet, new career, new mindset, new goals, and after a few days they feel exhausted and quit. Don't do that. You don't need to rebuild your entire life in 1 week. Start small. Wake up a little earlier. Read 10 pages. Exercise for 20 minutes. Put your phone away for an hour. Clean your room. Write down your goals. Learn a new skill. Take care of your body. Spend time with people who inspire you. Small actions may look insignificant today, but repeated consistently, they can completely change your future. Small progress is still progress.
Step 6. Build discipline, not motivation. Motivation feels powerful, but motivation is temporary. Some mornings you'll feel inspired. Other mornings you won't want to get out of bed. That's why you need discipline. Discipline means doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. You don't need to feel motivated to study. You don't need to feel inspired to exercise. You don't need to feel confident before starting. Start anyway. Confidence often comes after action, not before it. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, your self-respect grows. And eventually, you stop saying, "I hope I can change." You start saying, "I know I can, because I've already proven it to myself." Step 7. Change your environment. Sometimes you're trying to change while staying surrounded by everything that keeps you the same negative conversations, the same distractions, the same habits, the same environment, the same people who constantly remind you of your old identity. You don't have to hate anyone, but you do need to protect your growth. Spend more time around people who encourage you to become better. Follow content that teaches you something. Read books that expand your thinking. Create an environment where your future self has room to grow. Remember, your environment influences your behavior more than you realize. Change what surrounds you, and changing yourself becomes easier. Step 8. Stop comparing your journey. Social media can make you feel like everyone else is winning while you are falling behind. Someone is getting married. Someone is buying a house. Someone is traveling. Someone is building a successful business. Someone is becoming famous. And you start thinking, why am I so behind? But you're comparing your real life to someone else's highlights. You don't know their struggles. You don't know their private failures. You don't know what they sacrificed. Your journey is yours. Maybe your timeline looks different. That doesn't mean it's wrong. Some people bloom early. Some people bloom later. The important thing is that you keep growing. You are not behind. You are on your own path. Step 9. Learn to be alone. Rebuilding your life sometimes requires solitude, not loneliness, solitude. You need moments when there are no notifications, no opinions, no distractions, just you and your thoughts. Use that time to ask yourself, what do I really want? What am I afraid of? What am I avoiding? What habits are destroying my future? What do I need to let go of? What matters to me now? You may discover that the life you were chasing wasn't even the life you wanted. Sometimes you need silence to hear your own direction. Step 10. Take responsibility for your future. Your circumstances may not always be your fault, but your future eventually becomes your responsibility. You cannot control everything that happens to you. You cannot control how people treat you. You cannot control every opportunity. You cannot control the past, but you can control your response. You can choose to learn. You can choose to improve. You can choose to try again. You can choose to get back up. That choice is powerful because the moment you stop waiting for someone else to save your life, you begin taking ownership of it. Step 11. Protect your peace. As you rebuild your life, you will realize that success is not only about achieving more, it's also about protecting what matters. Protect your peace. Protect your time. Protect your attention. Protect your mental space. You don't have to respond to every argument. You don't have to explain every decision. You don't have to prove yourself to everyone. Sometimes growth looks like saying, "This is not good for me anymore," and walking away. Your peace is valuable. Treat it that way. Step 12. Keep going when nobody notices. This is one of the hardest parts. You will work on yourself, and nobody may notice. You'll wake up early. Nobody will clap. You'll study. Nobody may care. You'll exercise. Nobody may congratulate you. You'll say no to distractions. Nobody may understand. But keep going. Because the most important transformation happens when nobody is watching. One day, people may look at you and say, "You've changed." And they'll be right. But they didn't see the mornings you wanted to quit. They didn't see the nights you fought your doubts. They didn't see the small decisions you made every single day. Your transformation is built in private before it becomes visible in public. So if your life feels broken right now, remember this. Broken does not mean finished. A difficult chapter does not mean the entire story is over. You may have lost time, you may have made mistakes, you may have taken the wrong path, but you are still here. And as long as you are here, you can begin again. You don't need to rebuild your entire life today. Just rebuild today. Wake up, take a breath, make one good decision, then make another tomorrow, and another the day after that. Eventually, those small decisions will become habits. Those habits will become your lifestyle, and your lifestyle will shape your future. One day, you will look back at the version of yourself who thought life was over and realize, that wasn't the end of my story. That was the beginning of my transformation. So start again. Start scared. Start tired. Start with little money. Start with little confidence. Start with what you have, but start. Because your future self is waiting for you. And maybe the life you've been praying, dreaming, and working for isn't as far away as you think. You just have to take the next step. If this message spoke to you, don't just listen to it, use it. Choose one thing from this video and start today. And if you believe your life can become better, write in the comments, "I'm ready to rebuild my life." Subscribe to Inspired by Rukaiya for more motivational videos that help you become stronger, wiser, and more focused. Remember, you are not too late. You are not finished. You are rebuilding. And this time, you're building a life you're proud to live. Start again. Start stronger. Start today.